Right, so here's another video. Thought I was going to be done for the day, but I decided to go ahead and do another video or two. Went ahead and pulled my draw tights up because I figured, well, I'm doing another video, might as well pull them up tight. Actually, I'm going to do two things in this video because I've had people ask me about these things before, and things slip my mind these days. So I'm wearing one boot. As you can see, I'm wearing one boot, right? So I've been thinking about the whole boot scenario, and I thought, well, I've been holding these back for the revolt. You know, these are really good boots. These are made by a company called Zamberland. They don't make this boot no more. That's just how it goes, guys. You know, the good stuff always seems to go to the wayside. Anyway, I've had these boots for a lot of years. I had them resold here 2-3 years ago, and now they're awesome. Again. Anyway, I never got any foot issues with these boots. Now, that said, right? That said, why am I talking about these boots? Why am I talking about this stuff in general? So, we've been talking about the revolt. We've been talking about Minuteman stuff and all that, right? So, that's what brings it up. See if I can't lean that against that bear spray. Yeah, that ought to work. Alright, so I got a couple of things I'm going to talk about here. First of all, I'm going to talk about footwear, and I'm going to talk about the old angle head flashlight, which probably a lot of you don't like, right? I'm guessing. To tell you the truth, it's not the light. There's one piece in this light that if you tweak it a little bit, and I got these out for the purpose to show you. Okay, usually these are my I can't drop this needle nose pliers. So I got a little leash on these babies. So if I'm like hanging around up high doing something here on the house and I can't drop this, I need little fingers. That's what I got this little tarred line on here for, so I could just loop it into my pants, my trousers, right? But that's off subject. Anyway, what do you need this for? You need this to fix your angle head flashlight. Once you fix your angle head flashlight, you're good. We'll go over that. I'm going to show you how to do it so you won't have any more flickering or any more. That should work. Because you can't be going pow 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 like that with your angle head flashlight when you're trying to be quiet, right? So in these videos here on the channel, I try to give you my experience. Okay, I try to pass on and hand you my experience, because there's a lot of things I've already been through. I've already had that experience, and I've already come through the other side. And in general, I've been successful with, you know, taking care of the issues that I've encountered along the way in life, right? So how do you do that? Well, you're either smart like I am, or number two, you're smart like I am, and you're smart enough to find somebody who also is smart and who already figured it out, so you don't have to spend an hour or two messing with it. You go over there, hey, so-and-so, I got this little issue. Did you do anything with it? Oh yeah, I got that sorted out a year ago. Oh, okay. Show me how to do it. So you learn from others. It's like I'm teaching you and you teach somebody else. Okay, this is how we propagate that knowledge. Good knowledge is propagated. That's what we do. We don't hoard it. Alright? So first I'm going to put on my boot. Number one, this boot is not jump certified. Right off the bat, anybody who is a paratrooper, parachute qualified will automatically know that. Because these hooks automatically disqualify the boot. Because they're afraid of shroud lines getting hooked, tangled up in the hooks. In this case, shroud lines are getting tangled up in the hooks. Because I'm using it to lace my boots. Alright. So, get this boot on. So what I'm going to do is I don't use these little lacy deals, or these little, I don't use those, but I use them as a backup. So I don't take out the blouser in the trouser. Okay, I just go ahead and put a little square knot in it and tuck it away. Alright. So what am I going to do now? Well, I use these 2-inch wide elastic boot bands, right? And I blouse them on the outside of the boot. Now, being a civilian, more than likely, you should also blouse them on the outside of the boot. And I'm going to tell you why. Leeches. Because when you are in a real swampy, nasty, wet environment, like the jungle or similar environment, leeches like to get on your trouser leg and follow it down into your boot. Now, would I wear this kind of a boot in a jungle? No. I would wear a jungle boot. Number one, I'd wear a jungle boot. And number two, I would not wear socks. Because that allows me to get my foot out of the boot, get all the water out of the boot, put some foot powder on my feet, dry them off, put foot powder on there, try to get my boot as dry as possible, shake it out real good, get my foot back in there. If I need to do that, right? A lot of times you don't have that luxury. You just got to keep pressing on until you get to a point where you can take care of your feet, right? And we're off subject again as usual, but it is foot related this time. Alright, so as you can see, long underwear, right? So I got my wool long underwear on there. We're going to get this boot on eventually. 10 seconds or less, generally, is what you'd like to look at. Alright, getting the boot on. Pull the tongue out, put the foot in. Alright. You do not want your boots overly tight. You do not want your boots overly loose in a regular environment. Okay, we're not going to go off subject here with cold or jungle. We're going to stay on subject. Alright, so we're in a regular environment, woodland. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and lace this up. Make sure it's, it could be fairly snug down here in the instep area, but not overly snug. You definitely want to make sure that if you've got these hooks, you definitely want to make sure that your laces are good. Because if you do not lace your hooks on on boots that have hooks well enough, they can come unhooked, and then you got more problem. Right? You don't want problems. You want to mitigate problems. Get rid of them. Alright, so I'm lacing up my boot. You notice that my boot laces are very friggin' long here. They're long on purpose for two reasons. One, make sure I got plenty of lace do whatever I need to do. Number 2, if I need cordage, I've got lace. Got extra lace. Number 3, this is parachute cord, shroud line. That means that on the inside of this boot lace is fishing line, etc. Okay? There you go. Think ahead. Alright, here we go. Long laces, right? This is going to help us. I'm going to do a knot, right? So I got it tight. I'm going to go ahead and do my bow knot for my lace. And I'm going to pull that until the bow and the bitter end on the other end are pretty much equidistant, right? So you see that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the pieces, parts on each side, and I'm going to go ahead and square knot that whole jumble of crap. Alright? Why? Fixing to find out. Alright, notice I have not bloused my trouser leg yet. We blouse a trouser leg on the outside of the boot because of leeches and other stuff. So I'm just going to gently tuck in the laces on each side at the top, just enough to keep them out of my way. I don't want to shove them down in there because then I'm going to form hot spots or it's going to get uncomfortable, right? Because this should be fairly tight but not too tight. That keeps our laces out of the way, and it forms a convenient large knot right here. And you'll see what that's good for here in just a minute. Got about 3 minutes left. Now, we take that trouser leg, and I'm going to pull that all the way down there. Give myself plenty of trouser leg, right? Now what? Now I've got this boot blouser. Here is the soft loop side. Here is the hook side. Okay, now this is going to go on the inside of my trouser leg near the ankle. Why? Because this will go around the outside and face to the back. And when I'm moving through the brush, it doesn't get hooked up on this and unhook it. Okay, you'll see in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this seam. Grab this trouser seam, and then you're going to pinch down here near the ankle, and you're going to do this nice right here and flat, and you're going to fold that over. Got it? Folded it over like that. Now you take that right there with the loop side and the bitter end facing north, away from you, right? To up. Good. Make sure it's inside of the seam of the trouser leg. It's inside of that bottom seam. Now got it right there around the ankle. I'm going to grab the other side where the hook is, and I'm going to drape it around here. I'm still holding on the loop side. And then I'm going to match up. Get quiet. Alright, match up that squared, the square perfectly. I don't want to see no sloppiness. That crap better be straight. Alright, so I want to match up square to square. 90 degree to 90 degree. And then we're going to go ahead, lay that over. Notice I laid it over that way. Walking through the rushes and the weeds, etc. It's going that way, from front to back. So it's not hooking on the edge. It's just going right past it. See there? that knot underneath my trouser helps to keep that blouse in place. Helps to keep that in place. Alright? Remember, when you get your trousers for your military service, make sure you get them longer than you would normally wear regular trousers so that you have some play. So it's not trying to pull up all the time. Right? We're going to come back in another video. We're going to deal with this angle head flashlight, and I'm going to teach you guys how to be a success with your angle head flashlight, and all your buddies will be like, wow. Okay? See you there.